Hi FLOSSTUBE, it's Lee from Creative Lee, a Kiwi FLOSSTUBer down here in New Zealand. It's Sunday the 8th of December and to continue with the theme of the last few weeks, it's raining! Honestly, we're having the worst spring and the wind, we've had just gale force winds for days and days and days. Last night we had the most amazing electrical storm. Well, for here, my sister lives in Brisbane in Queensland, Australia, and they have crazy electrical storms that just go flash, flash, flash for days. But we had a weird one. I went out last night to a friend's party, sort of a kitchen warming. Her and her husband just had their kitchen done, and it was also their 14th wedding anniversary, so we had a wedding theme. So I even put a dress on, which does not happen. Well, basically the last time I wore a dress, and it was the same dress, possibly my only dress, was when I went to a wedding last year in Rarotonga. And so it's like, yeah, I got to wear it twice. So I went around, so I straightened my hair, which now, so you straighten your hair, look a bit flash, and then as I was leaving last night, it started to rain, but there was thunder and lightning, and I was like, okay, I don't want to get my hair wet because it will get frizzy. But then I thought, if I put an umbrella up and I get struck by lightning, that's probably going to make my hair more than frizzy, right? So I was basically just risked it getting home. So then now I've got post rained on frizziness, but I wasn't going to redo it this morning because I hate straightening my hair. I hate the act of straightening my hair. Anyway, that's like, yeah, just, what do you do? I don't know, would I get struck by lightning? The lightning storm wasn't actually where I was, like it was far away, but you never know, right? I don't know, it feels like a really terrible way to go to be struck by lightning. Anyway, so yeah, it's Sunday the 8th of December. This is FLOSSTUBE number 5. You think I'd get the hang of it, but I'm having issues. My iPad prop up. Today we're propped up by a kilogram of washing powder, laundry detergent, and I've got the extension cord. It's a weird setup anyway. It's not ideal. One day I'll work it out, right? But yeah, what do I have to show you today? I'll get to that in a sec. So yeah, been to a party, weather's crappy, we've got quite a lot of flooding around the area, not massive flooding, but quite significant surface flooding on some major roads. So the local councils and the Transport Authority have advised people to stay home if they can, avoid travel. There's been some slips with the amount of, we just had so much rain, really just solid, like a helicopter went over with a monsoon bucket and just dumped the water. It's not even, feels like it's not even individual drops of water, it's just massive dumps of water. Anyway, so we've got a few roads closed, State Highway 1, State Highway 2, a couple of others that have said please don't drive around if you don't have to because of congestion and all that stuff. So we've had the weather update. How's my neck? My neck's a lot better. It's still a bit sore going this way from the aggressive weed whacking incident of the other week, but it's getting better. And I haven't taken any painkillers for like 8 days or 9 days, so hopefully it's coming right, and then I can do a bit more weed whacking next week and injure it again. But no, if I just do 20 minutes and take it easy, I should be fine. I was doing sort of an hour of really tense work, kind of, take it out on work sort of stuff. So I haven't really got a shout out in particular, although I have been watching, so if anyone's not aware, Caroline from Off the Grid Needle Arts, she has a passion for supporting Muscular Dystrophy Canada, and she's doing a fundraising in cahoots with various people. So if you pop over to her FLOSSTUBE channel over the last few days, she mentions that if you're able to support that. She has partnered with 4 boys and an NL girl, and I'll add links and what have you, to do a really inexpensive Christmas chart called Stitchy Noel 2019. It's available through, I think I bought it through Etsy. It's $2 Canadian. Half the proceeds go to MDC, Muscular Dystrophy Canada. I thought that's the least I could do. I don't really do Christmas, but this is a cute little chart. So I bought the chart, which I think in New Zealand was like $2.57 or something like that, which, you know, not a heck of a lot. The idea is stitch it from stash, add in some little, it's actually a real needle but you know my thing about needles rusting, so we'll see. Maybe if I coated a needle in clear nail polish, that might reduce it from rusting. That's not actually in the fabric, so who knows. These are just red beads, but you can swap them out for anything you've got in your stash, a couple of wee buttons or what have you. So yeah, cute little chart. I'll put all the details below. So I'll probably stitch on that next week. It's the sort of thing that could be a little gift for people. I don't know. Haul. I have none. I have haul frustration though. I still don't have my delivery from JK Stitching in Australia. So it's been 3.5 weeks. I really thought it would have been here on Thursday, but it wasn't here yesterday. Next mail delivery is Tuesday. I'm hoping it's not caught up in customs now that we've had changes to GST. It's all complicated, but potentially anything we bring in, even small value items, we now have to pay GST on. We used to get forgiven for things that were up to about, I don't know, depending on what they were, you got forgiven tax and duty up to a certain amount, but now they've changed that. The government's changed all low value items are taxable. There are sort of some administrative exceptions, so I don't know why it's taking so long. Hopefully they arrive this week. And it's not even that I'm desperate for any of the things, just more a bit frustrating that stuff is just, Australia is a 3-hour flight away, 4-hour flight away. Why does it take 3.5 weeks to get here when I can order something from 123 Stitch and I get it in 4 days? So it's definitely being held up at the Australian end, and I just don't get it. It's just, yeah, I can't see that. I don't know. Anyway, it's just frustrating. Even if I got things shipped to my sister, even when she sends them, they still take ages. The only other option would be to pay for courier, which would be horrendous. Like a couple of charts. There are times when living this far away from all the things can be really frustrating. Except, you know, I don't really want to move, so oh well. I wrote a note here which I can't read. Who knows? Anyway, so I've got a couple of new starts, finishes and new starts, because I started and finished. So there are the July and August from the Snowflower Diaries Joyful World series. It's a free monthly series that you can get at snowflowerdiaries.blogspot.hu, and I'll put the link down below. And I needed a break from the other thing, which I'll show you in a minute. So we've got July done, mostly called for. I did have to make a few changes, like the yellow I couldn't find, it's a different shade, and the dark pink you can barely see, but this dark pink in here is different. There might have been another change, but yeah, it's just, I mean, they're close enough, right? I don't love this transition between these two. They are the called for, but am I going to change it? Probably not. These are stitched on a Zweigart 32 count Belfast, which I don't love. It is so coarse and it just doesn't really ever soften. I guess they're too small to soften, like you don't hold them enough. And anyway, so yeah, but you know. And then I got August done as well, which I love all the lazy daisies. I did them 2 strands instead of the 1 that it called for. And what did I change on this? I think I changed this colour because the called for was way too close to this natural. It didn't stand out, so I just picked another colour, another shade of neutral. I think that's all I changed on that one. Oh, the dog, the black, well, in the called for, they're all charted for gassed, but I'm doing them DMC, and that was Onyx or 3371, and I didn't really want a brown dog. To me that looks like a sheepdog, and they're meant to be black and white, but I didn't do 310, that is, Jesus, 831, a dark grey. It's 800 and something. And I just wanted to do it that colour, to be different. So I did. But yeah, when I said before, called for DMC. So that's 7 down. I've got no more fabric, so I need to go and get some more of this horrible scratchy fabric. And I will do the same. I'm not going to pick a different one. There's not a lot to choose from. Choose from my crappy local needlework store. Yeah, there just isn't. They don't carry anything. It's just how it is. And I'm not going to change for the last 5, but I need to go and get some more fabric. So I'll probably try and finish them December through January, and maybe aim to get at least January and February, March finished over summer as well, so that I can display them somehow. I have a couple of ideas, haven't worked through them all, and when I do, I will share them. And my whip. So, push for a finish, but man, death by butterfly. I tried really hard to finish this, and I just needed a break, which is why I picked up the 2 little Snowflower Diaries. Yeah, so it's my, what is this called? Linen and Threads Mystery Cell, the Peacock Garden. I think I mentioned, yeah, that's what I was going to work on last week, and I did it. But I had run out of it. So, butterflies. Oh my god, those butterflies are ridiculous. So, I'm alternating with the 2 variegated threads. The darker one at the corners and in the middles they're both Cottage Garden threads. Maple is the darker one. Whoops. And the lighter shade one is called Tropic Sea. And I am probably going to add in here, once I've done, probably a little heart or something in the lavender, just to, I feel like that gap's a bit gappy for me. And there are like little hearts featuring in the piece, and again one up here. So I don't have much to do. I only have, what, 1 corner, 5 butterflies, 6 butterflies to do. But oh my god, so sick of butterflies. But anyway, nearly done. If anyone else is doing the chart, doing this, and they haven't really looked at it yet, the chart has some inconsistencies. I won't call them errors, but these, which I've just changed them to match the others, in the chart, these 2 butterflies up here aren't the same as the other butterflies. The little, I don't do biology, what are the bodies of butterflies called? They are charted a bit weird. And there's sort of I'm going to say it's an error, not quite working out through here. And similarly, down the bottom, one of these ones was a bit off as well. One of the ones on one of the sides, I think on the side. To fit my big wide M in, I've just dropped one of the stitches that would normally be in the corner, just to fit the L in, the tail of the L in the M in, but you know, just to make it fit. Otherwise, yeah, it'll be finished. I'll get it finished this week probably, and then it will be done. Started in January and finished in December. I'm happy with it. Does it blow my mind? No. 32 count Belfast in summer khaki, which is, yeah, again, I did say when I first showed this in my whip on my first video, when I went into the store to pick a fabric at the beginning of the year, this was the only fabric they had that was not white, off-white, antique white, cream, or that natural. So that's why I have this colour, because you work with what you've got. So that's my whip. Plans, don't really do plans, do I, other than probably finishing the peacock, and maybe I'll pick up my Ink Circles Mystery Adventure project, aka map, which I keep saying I should do that. Anyway, I should do that. Just need to pick it up, and it's a bit more random because it's completely random. Like, as in, you have all these various motifs to stitch, and you know, the colours are my choice. The dice, throw dice to work out where to place them. So I managed to draw on my thumb. So I'll see. It's sort of like, I feel like I need a weekend to do that rather than at night. At night I prefer just to sit down and stitch aimlessly with something that's charted and really simple. I don't think my brain can handle planning and during the week, so who knows? I don't know, we'll see. Doesn't really matter, it's not that important. Right, so old FOs. Last week, if you missed my video, last week I showed my three finished Teresa Wentzlers. So if you missed that, pop back and have a look at FLOSSTUBE number 4 and you'll see my 3 Teresas, which, as I said in that video, I really want to stitch another one now, but I've avoided looking at the kind of backlog that you can get online, but we'll see. I really want to do one. This week will be my Mirabilia Mermaids, next week will be the Fairies, and the Sunday before Christmas will be the Angels, as per the sort of wee poll I did a couple of weeks ago. I've pre-recorded showing you my 3 mermaids, so I'll insert them now. So here's my first mermaid, Mermaid of the Pearls, which I stitched I think in 2002. For some reason I didn't date any of my Mirabilias. I think it might have been, I tried, I didn't know where, I didn't really keep track, but I remember sort of where I was living when I did this, which would have been around 2002. I finished her. Fabric probably was called for, I know it's 32 count Belfast, it's Fargart, would have been whatever the pattern called for, I'm pretty sure. It's a slightly greener than it's showing on screen, it's a greeny blue, but yeah, people have stitched her, they know there's a million beads and some lovely treasures in the tail. You get to catch the light, sparkle sparkle. I don't mind beading, I find it kind of fun. I just attach with cotton thread. I don't like that fishing line stuff, so I usually use the colour of, depends, but most of these are white. I just would have used a colour that made sense for each of the beads, so that you pretty much can't see it. And yeah, don't mind doing these orphan beads along here. They're fine, you just stitch them really. So yeah, that's Mermaid of the Pearls. Here's Waiting for Ships. I think I stitched her around 2010ish. It would have been around that time, you know, a year or two before, a year or two after. Again, I remember where I was living, but I was living at that place for a little while. And yeah, again, she doesn't have as much beading as the previous one, but she's got some lovely treasures with these stars and her hair and just along here. These are little crystals, which I love. She's all called for. I did think about changing her hair. I tried to reach out her hair. I didn't love that great solid brown block. I sort of thought it should have a little bit more variegation in it, but then I just couldn't get it to work, so in the end I did it as charted, and it's actually better than I thought it looked on the pattern. The fabric is a 32 count Belfast Zweigart. I'm pretty sure it's not what was called for. I think from memory I went for something a little greener. Now it's not summer khaki, so I'm pretty sure this colour's not available anymore. So summer khaki's lighter, this is definitely greener. So I don't remember what it is, but yeah, it's just basically a greeny. It's definitely more green than the previous one. But yeah, she's again lovely. I didn't do any of that 1/1 for the skin and stuff. I didn't know that was a thing, and I don't think it needs it. I'm pretty happy with them. The beauty of the Mirabilias is all the bling and the sort of soft folds of fabric and wings and tails and what have you. And my third mermaid is Deepest Love, which I stitched her around 2015, maybe 2014. Again, she's all called for. She has a lot less beading than the others. I like her face the best, I think. And I'm pretty sure, again, this fabric wasn't called for. The called for was Amsterdam Blue, which I don't think this is. I'm pretty sure I picked a darker one. Either Amsterdam Blue wasn't available, I just wanted a darker contrast with her. I sort of see all three hanging together eventually. I have a plan once I get everything framed to switch out, I don't know, seasonally. Maybe these become, you know, half a year and I switch with the fairies the other half a year, and they'll be in my craft room, which when I finish getting it set up, I'll take you on a tour, but that might not be till the new year. Yeah, so again, I love the kind of this sort of lacy effect through here with the negative contrast of the fabric behind, and this was a really quick, as Mirabilias go, she's not massive and she doesn't have a lot of beading and she only has a couple of treasures. She's certainly the cheaper option if you want to stitch a mermaid and not have to spend $1 million on extra things. So yeah, there are my three Mirabilias, which I think I might have said like 97 times. I love them and they bring me joy, and I really would love to get them framed, but they're a bit further down the list than other things. Right, 25 sub giveaway. I had announced that on my third video that I'd gone past 25 subs, so I had a chart to give. So that's LEXS, a cup of what you fancy, and I did a bit of a poll. Well, I basically said to enter, you need to tell me what your favourite hot beverage was, and I had 9 people enter, which I think is pretty good considering at that stage I had 30 subscribers. I did so add it all up, we had coffee one is the favourite hot beverage. We had then a couple of hot chocolate, white chocolate, gingerbread latte and a chai latte. No cups of tea, no cups of hot anything other than pretty much coffee or sweet non-coffee drinks. I did the random generator thing. I'll put a screenshot here. That was number 6, and that is Christy Martin, who was the white hot chocolate drinker. So congratulations, Christy. I'll send a message, I'll reply to your comment back on video number 3 and let you know that you've won. So if you can send an email to me, leebling1919@gmail.com, and send me your address and I'll get that in the post for you. So yeah, happy congratulations. Don't know when another giveaway will be, sometime in the future. Well, I don't know what it will be either. We'll worry about it a bit later on. Probably, 100 and 150 or something like that. That's pretty much all I've got for today. So yeah, next week again will be my Mirabilia Fairies, maybe some haul, maybe a finish on the peacocks. Maybe I'll have decided what my start will be for January 18 for my birthday. When I get that peacock's done, I'm going to have another project bag empty. So, is that 3? Do I have 3 project bags empty? That's okay. I think as I've said, I don't like to have things hanging around for too long. So, it gives me an opportunity to pick up some other projects to get them finished. So yeah, short and sweet from me. Probably about 30 minutes by the time I plug in the other videos. Maybe 28 minutes if I edit myself a little bit. I hope everyone's having less rain than honestly it's still raining. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully everyone is having a great weekend and getting some stitching done. As always, don't let your needles rust. Thanks. Bye.